Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Brianna Mosier with the Flint Genesee Group. As a reminder, the Talent Matters webinar series was created to challenge our businesses and organizations to think creatively about the way that we are developing, attracting, and retaining talent here in Flint and Genesee. Today, we're going to be talking about cultivating the talent pipeline, and I think so often we think of the talent pipeline as those who are looking for a job, those who are ready to work, or maybe even those who are getting ready to enter the workforce in college. And we're going to take it back a couple of years before that. So our organization is very talent minded by nature, but we have some creative approaches to cultivating the talent pipeline from very early on through the education and talent programming an arm of our organization. So I'm very excited to have a panel of colleagues here with me today to talk about that. And let me go ahead and cue up your guys' slides. As we prepare, just a reminder that this recording will be available on Facebook, YouTube, and our website following today's presentation. Feel free to ask your comments and questions at any time by using the comment feature. Whether you're viewing on Facebook or YouTube, we'll have plenty of time to address those at the end. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to my colleagues to do some self-introductions. And Dr. Kim, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Thank you so much, Bree. And we are so excited to be presented with this opportunity to talk to the business community about cultivating the talent pipeline. I am Dr. Kimberly Leverett. I'm the Executive Director of the Flint and Genesee Education and Talent Division, and you will learn more about our great programs later on in the presentation. So thank you, Bree.
Thank you, Dr. Leverett. My name is Leslie Davis. I am the Program Director of After School Education, specifically for the program Youthquest.
Great.
And hello,
and last but not least.
Hello, I'm James Avery, Director of our Talent Development Department. So thank you.
Great. And just for housekeeping for our team here, I am going to go ahead and hide backstage. But when you are ready for me to advance the slide, if you could just say next slide, I'll go ahead and take care of that for you.
Thank you, Bree. Okay. So when we think about cultivating you can go back one slide, please. Okay, so when we think about cultivating the talent pipeline in Flint and Genesee County, we are really excited about the opportunity that our education and talent division affords. As you heard our program director, Ms. Davis, talk about her responsibility and leadership is for Youthquest, which is a after-school program that has been in existence for many, many years now. And I'll turn it over to Leslie and she'll talk more about that pipeline. But I just want to really set the tone for our conversation here this afternoon by saying that we do have Youthquest, which is a K-12 after-school program, and then we have the talent portion, which you'll hear later from Mr. James Avery, who directs that work, and it involves, you'll hear Mr. Avery speak to you about Teen Quest, our Summer Youth Initiative, and Flint Promise, but the great opportunities that our students are afforded from K-12 through early adulthood as well as adults. So we just have a fantastic array of opportunities for our students to partake in and build that talent pipeline and lay some foundations for the work. And hopefully our students, they graduate from high school, they learn a great trade, and they're able to come to your business and exemplify and show those skills in our community. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ms. Davis. Leslie.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Everett. So Youthquest is an after-school program. We pride ourselves in providing no-cost enrichment for students in the Flint and Genesee County. We provide a holistic approach to learning. So we focus not just on the academic skills, but also the intra and interpersonal skills that students need to know, with a focus on social emotional learning to assist students in navigating through conflict that they may experience in a day-to-day environment. So the goal of our program is to improve student performance and provide work-ready skills teamwork, problem solving, thinking critically, and also assisting students with making decisions that lead them in a positive direction. Next slide, please, Bree. So some aspects of our program, it's a 32-week program, 6 weeks in the summer. We focus on the core components of providing academic support, enrichment activities, physical fitness and healthy behaviors, nutrition and nutrition education, providing opportunities for youth development and leadership, and then engaging the family and community in the services that we provide for students. Next slide, Bree. So we have a couple of really great programs that we'll highlight today. One of them is Yqbiz. So Yqbiz is our youth entrepreneurial program in which we encourage students in grades K-12 to learn and develop skills in financial literacy. We provide them opportunities to develop a concept from a business plan to actually selling items at a local market. Next slide, Bree. So the program components for Yqbiz is an 8-month program that has 2 sessions, once in the fall and once in the spring. The students evaluate an idea, they develop a business plan, they sell in person once per month at the Flint Farmers Market, and then there's a pitch competition at the end of the session. Next slide, please. So some ideas about Yqbiz and why it's important. So there's an opportunity for students to learn new skills, particularly soft skills that support them in working in the business field. So teamwork, networking, problem solving, critical thinking, being innovative, and being self-disciplined. We try to promote social change. We provide viable and innovative solutions to economic and social issues that exist within a community. So the students identify a need, and then they develop a product that's based on the need that they identified. We showcase the benefits and value of social entrepreneurship. We transform communities, and then we contribute to sustainable development in the region. So encouraging students to become entrepreneurs means at one point they may have the opportunity to provide jobs for people in their community. So accelerating economic growth, create new products and services, and then stimulate new employment. Next slide, Bree. Another program that we offer at Youthquest is STEAMquest. So science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. It's an annual program for students to gather and participate in 4 days of science, tech, engineering, art, and math activities that are designed to teach 21st century skills and concepts in the out-of-school time spaces. We have a video that we like to play that encompasses a STEAMquest activity. So some of the concepts that you saw in the video were students working with science kits that were purchased. You saw students building. You saw in the very first clip, there was a virtual STEAM Quest session where during the pandemic, our staff made sure to engage students in STEAM activities virtually. You saw students wearing masks, so we were working to ensure that our students were safe, but we were also engaging them in opportunities to participate in the fields of science, tech, engineering, art, mathematics. Next slide, please. So I am going to turn it over now to my colleague, James Avery.
Thank you so much. And before we do, Dr. Kim, I brought you back in case there was anything you wanted to add regarding Youthquest programs. I know all of us now being in the workforce can look back on our educational experience and think, wow, I wish I had something like that when I was growing up. So being in the workforce, you definitely see the value in instilling these skills early. And also wanted to share just a nice shout out that we got regarding the programs. These programs are all incredible for our community. So Dr. Kim, anything you want to add before we move on to Teen Quest?
That's always great to hear. I would just say that, in looking at some research, guys, the Michigan Careers Outlook for 2030 really focuses on high demand and high wage jobs, and those are in STEAM. So we are right on in providing opportunities for our students for careers in the field. So it's just very exciting that we are aligning our programs. They are research based, they are highly engaged, and students get to have so many great experiences with vendors that come in to provide the service and the learning. So I just wanted to add that these programs are very integral, and you are going to hear from Mr. Avery, who's going to, so now we've sort of given you the framework and the continuum of programs from Youthquest, which is K-12. Now you're going to hear from the other age group, the 14 to 16 age group and beyond, where they start taking these skills that they've learned in Youthquest and utilizing them in Teen Quest and Summer Youth Initiative, and always say they get an opportunity to be gainfully employed and get that first paycheck. And that's always exciting for our young people.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Kim. James, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Dr. Leverett. When you said age difference, I thought you were referring to me, but I appreciate you making that clear about the students. So yes, I have the privilege and the honor of being able to direct our other pieces of our education and talent, especially with our Teen Quest, our Summer Youth Initiative, which is SYI, our Career Prep, and also our Flint Promise Scholarship, which are respectively housed in our talent department. So what is Teen Quest? Teen Quest is the pre-employability leadership training that we have for our students in Genesee County. It's important for our students to stand out when they're given the opportunity for interviews, to just show off their skills that they've obtained in our Teen Quest program. And so we not only want to teach them how to get a job, we also give them the opportunity of learning how to keep a job. Next slide, please. So Teen Quest is a free 5-week program. During this pandemic, we were able to really broaden our horizons with our bringings as far as the program. So we went to a virtual setting also. And so that got us through the pandemic, which was really a testament to the energy and the intentionality of our managers and our facilitators of our program to really keep this vibrant program going, even in the sense of not being able to meet in person. It's after school or daytime. We've really went beyond our previous build of just having after school to now having it during the school day, where we have it in some of our early college programs. And we're also seeking to get into some of the daytime of our other traditional schools when opportunity presents itself. So who's eligible? They're for teens of the ages of 14 and 19, and in the grades from 9 through 12. With that, we bring a very important piece, an intrinsic value piece of volunteer service component into the program. And this is where our students have every session that they're a participant in a Teen Quest, an opportunity to really discover what it means to give back to those who may not be as fortunate. And so it just gives them that intrinsic value of helping others when the time presents itself. Also, when they're completing our program, the benefits of completing Teen Quest is you have the opportunity to apply for our Summer Youth Initiative after graduation of Teen Quest, and also other jobs and internships that we have available for our students because they're now Teen Quest family of our division. Next slide.
I'm Sienna Thornton, and I am a sophomore at Carmen Ainsworth High School. I got involved in Teen Quest because my older sister that is 29 actually did the program. Actually a chemistry teacher in Tennessee for 11th graders. My experience, it was so fun. It was more than I expected. I learned how to communicate, fill out resumes, applications, all of it. It changed me as an individual.
My career path will be for me to be a medical lawyer.
Even if you're shy, they break you out your shell and they teach you so much stuff. It's definitely worth it.
Thank you, Bree. So you just heard a testament from one of our students with the excitement that they have with out of the box learning from our core subjects of the school setting to learning how to really navigate the workspace. And so we're really proud to be able to bring that opportunity for our area youth. Next slide, please. So after Teen Quest, as I mentioned before, our students have an opportunity to join our SYI program. And so this program is for our graduates. We have a job fair that we have every spring for our graduates. And that's where they're hired through with the great partnerships we have with several of our area partners, agencies from nonprofit to for-profit, who really take advantage of being able to bring on our youth on board at their program settings so that they can continue to grow in the workspace. So some of these jobs include day camp counselors and general office settings, reading assistants, beautifications, and library assistants. And we always try to really bring it home with our food bank center, where they also give an opportunity of the volunteer service piece. So that's just to name a few, but we bring an array of opportunities for our students who have an interest in those certain areas, and that hopefully it would bring on maybe an aspiration that they may have of how to obtain that type of job going into their adulthood. Next slide. So Teen Quest or SYI students may be hired annually from graduating from our Teen Quest. And so following their 12th grade graduation. So now also with the business and nonprofits that hire our students from Genesee County, this is not just for our school students. This is for private schools, home learning. And so we really cater to every student in the Genesee County area. And so what they gain from this is the experience of on the job. They learn those soft skills, social skills, and just those transferable skills that they may be able to use at home, school, or in the workplace. And they make those connections. They get the chance to really network with the community at an early stage so that they may benefit them when they become adults. Next slide. Also, we have an abbreviated portion of our Teen Quest. The career preparation program started within our GISD setting. And after it dissolved from the GISD, there were still schools who really were seeking an opportunity for this career prep opportunity. And so what we did is we continued to bring it on as a small fee of $75 per session. And so schools have an opportunity to cater to their students who are interested in our particular modules that we have available. They're normally 45-minute sessions, and depending on which modules the students will request, we can cater those to those students at that time. So we still have several schools really are interested in this type of program where they're not in the cumbersome of 5 weeks of the program, but just checking out those great nuances that they can carry on for their learnings. Next slide. And next we go a little bit off the employability side into catering to our post-secondary students. And so we have the honor of administering the Flint Promise Scholarship. So this is a scholarship that's committed to having support services to students who reside in the city of Flint and graduate from a high school or GED program located in the city of Flint. Those are the two mandatory pieces that we have to have, the criteria that have to be met in order to be eligible for the Flint Promise Scholarship. Next slide. So our wonderful partners, and Flint is so blessed to have three dynamic post-secondary colleges from Kettering University, Mott Community College, and University of Michigan Flint, just sitting right here in our backyard. And so our students really have an opportunity to really have a great choice of post-secondary opportunities here just in the city of Flint. So these are our three partnering post-secondary colleges for the Flint Promise Scholarship. Next. So what is the Flint Promise? So Flint Promise Scholarship is a last dollar scholarship. So it covers the balances of the college tuitions, mandatory fees, or grants that may be applied. After those are applied to the student, the Flint Promise then it kicks in so that it covers that last dollar and hopefully no out-of-pocket fee. It's rated by the years that a student attends a Flint school and is a Flint resident. So there's a 25% deduction of the years that the student does not as a resident or a student in the Flint area. And so it would be from 100% to down to 25 if they just spent 1 year in the Flint school systems. Next, please. So in addition, we talked about support earlier. So we're really rave about our not only financial support of the Flint Promise, but also our success coaches. So we have a success coach that's assigned to each student. And these individuals really I have to commend them because even through the pandemic, they brought their past abilities and skill levels to really help with the perseverance of our students who sometimes just wanted to give up. But our success coaches went from being helping with navigating and logistics of transferring from high school to secondary, post-secondary. They also became advocates, counselors, and they just, sometimes even took on guardianship roles. But just to bring that extra support and encouragement for perseverance for our students to continue going on through their track at college. So I really want to really give a commitment to the success coaches for that. So students who qualify for the full scholarship will attend, as I mentioned before, college at no cost for the tuition. And at our Mott campus, we also honor the payment of books. And so that's the extra perk that they have at the Mott Community College's books are paid for through the Flint Promise Scholarship. And next.
All right, well, that was the last slide of our program overview. So I'm going to go ahead and bring our panel back here. And I have a couple of questions to get the conversation going again for our viewers online. If you have a comment or question, please feel free to drop them into the chat. But we talked about as early on as kindergarten. And so I'm curious from your guys' perspective, what is the importance of engaging our youth in these career-oriented conversations from such an early age? Whoever would like to take it, go ahead.
So I'll jump in. So from a parent's perspective, having children that have graduated from high school and gone to college, the decision on a career path at the age of 18 without any opportunities to explore any type of careers is a challenging place to be in. And once you experience that as a parent once, you never want to have that happen to any of your other children. So making sure that when we are programming, we are bringing people from different fields in to talk with students for career days and having them have the opportunity to shadow or even have mock job interviews for jobs that they have around the school so that they have an opportunity to see what an interview is like. You don't want to put them in a situation where they're coming in cold without having any prior knowledge about anything, and just exposure, right? Providing them opportunities that they won't see maybe in the setting that they're in. So taking them outside of the community to different spaces and different places to have them meet different groups of people, to let them know all of the different career paths that are available to them when it's their turn to decide. That is a goal of what we do in youth.
And I would say, Leslie, I would add to that just from an early childhood perspective, the more often and early exposure that we provide for our students as early as pre-K, kindergarten, we teach those skills to our students. This is a job, and it starts in the classroom. This is a job that you have in the classroom. I need you to help me with the line. I need you to help me pass out snacks. So we take those things for granted as adults, but what we're doing essentially is building those early leadership skills in our students, and then they continue to progress, because we know, Bree, that the Flint and Genesee Group, their goal by 2040 is for Flint and Genesee County to be the best, one of the top 5. And when we talk about talent, livability, equity, so we have, and we take it very seriously in our education and talent division when we talk about that talent piece. So everyone has a role to play in ensuring that we are that top 5 in education and talent and livability in Flint and Genesee County. And so we can see that happening as early as exposure and experiences for our students in early childhood all the way through.
And I'd like to add to, when I follow these two, I don't have much else I can add, but I will share that we kind of throw around the terms of preparing to be prepared. And many times our students really are put in a position of preparedness, but they aren't prepared to be prepared. And so with Youthquest and the funneling of their students going up into our other programs on the talent side, it really gives them an opportunity. And as Dr. Kim and Leslie both said, the education piece is not just in the classroom. And so we really try to stress the fact that whenever you're out there trying to gain anything in life, you have to be educated in that aspect. And so we bring those opportunities outside the classroom, even with the skilled trades. It's still an educated piece. And so we really want our students to understand education is not just in a brick and mortar. It's also the opportunities you have for those nice livelihood of jobs that are out there that may not have the credential behind it, but yet will give you that great livelihood for you and your family.
Very well said. And I really feel like it helps instill a sense of confidence too. These are soft skills, as you mentioned, Leslie, that our students are already engaging in from a very early age: teamwork, problem solving, and being able to call it out and say what it is kind of helps them realize too, like, oh, wow, I am a leader. I am a good team player. I can do hard things. So thank you guys for that. And thinking of the audience that we're speaking to today, our business community, how can employers engage with the education and talent division to get a jump start on building their own talent pipeline?
I think I could start off with that one very easily with our Summer Youth Initiative. We have area students here who could not only be invested in, but also can reinvest into their opportunities here in the community. And this brings a great ownership for our students. When they can see themselves in buildings and in places that they've seen every day as an employee, that brings a sense of ownership that, I'm helping build this community. I'm helping revive. I'm helping with the longevity of our community. So we try not to be too selfish and allow them the thought of leaving the area, but we really would like to retain the talent here if possible. But I think it's just investing in one another with our community members, also with our students. So it's a win-win when these opportunities are taken advantage of. And again, I'm really thankful to be in a position to be able to marry the two.
I think another opportunity, a great opportunity, and we've had it in the past, is when we have our STEAM Quest, when we have our Yqbiz, when we have our Flint Farmers Markets and our students are selling there on Saturdays, like, go and have a conversation with our students, engage with our students. They have a lot of great ideas and a lot of knowledge, and it's just a great way to possibly build some mentoring relationships that could continue and support our students throughout their educational journey. So I might add that, Bree.
Absolutely. And I always immediately think of the TeenQuest mock interview. So that's a part of the program that's built right in. Every organization has a hiring manager, recruiter, individual who already possesses those interviewing skills who could help engage with the teens and, help them build up their toolbox a little bit too. We do not have any comments from the live stream just yet. We've mentioned a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and drop links into the comments after our webinar today so that people can follow up if they're interested. We would be remiss, though, if we did not give a shout out to our funders and supporting partners who help make all of these programs possible. So a big thank you to them, and also to our team members. So we ran through several programs today that take a lot of manpower to make them happen. Program managers, site team leaders, you name it. It takes a village, and we have a great one here, but we are hiring, correct?
Yes, we absolutely are. We are. And I hope that's one of the links you plan on dropping in the chat, just to let the community know that we are looking for people who love working with children, right? That's where we can teach you skills, but we cannot teach you the will to want to work with young people. So we're looking for energetic people that have a love for children, that want to share some of their life experiences with the students and with us. So join our team.
Yes, the more team members we have, the more youth that we can serve here in the community. So I will be sure to drop that link in the chat as well. Any other comments from our panel as we close out our webinar today?
Well, I'll just share, Bree, it's really, we really have to understand every individual student has their own unique genius, and they have their own gifts and talent. And I'm just proud and excited about the fact that we can help them understand the pathway of those aspirations. We have several students who say they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to be a professional sports athlete, but many times don't understand the pathway of getting there. And so I'm just thankful that we have programming that help guide those pathways so that they can obtain them, because they have the ability. It's just knowing how to get there. So that's what I have to leave there.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. As I mentioned, I will be dropping several resource links into the comments, so be on the lookout for those. We had one comment from Michael Smith, looking forward to connecting with you. So hopefully an employer, a business, a supporter who's interested in the programs and is looking to get involved. So thank you, Michael. And those who are on live joining us, if you have questions for follow-up, please feel free to reach out at any time. I will also provide contact information in the comments as well, so that we can partner going forward in cultivating the talent pipeline and building a stronger talent pipeline for Flint and Genesee County. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bree.
Thank you.